There has to be a point in time when American entertainment is going to improve. Because I only see two paths now. I only see two options. The first option is that they're going to go bankrupt if they keep this up. If they keep up with the fan disservice, if they keep making stuff that no one wants to see, they're going to go bankrupt. Even if the government will bail them up at some point, even if the government just throws money at them, they just cannot operate like this. They don't sell stuff. You look at the top most 20 sold comics in the United States, all of them manga. This is beyond shameful. America was the cornerstone of comic books. People from around the world know about Batman and Superman, regardless of what country you're from. There's probably people with clicky language in some undiscovered tribe in the Amazon that know about Superman. Wonder Woman was being proposed as the ambassador for women at the UN. And instead of people being grown-ass adults and saying, like, are you crazy? That's a fictional character. What on earth are you doing? They raised the complaint that, well, conservatives in the Middle East don't like her because she shows too much skin. But my point is, like, they will have to go bankrupt. The other possibility is that they will improve. That they're going to break the glass ceiling, which is like political correctness and all of this woke ideology. They're just going to make cartoons to entertain people. They're just going to say, look, we're not trying to push a political message. We're doing exactly what Japan is doing. We're trying to be entertaining. We're wanting to put a product that people want to buy and they're happy buying it. We're not lecturing people anymore. We're not trying to push a message. We're not trying to change society. We just want to entertain people. And I for one, like, thought that maybe, just maybe, this might be it. Like, this might be it, because I looked at the He-Man trailer, and I didn't know anything about it. I just looked at the trailer on Netflix, and I was like, oh my god, like, this is so cool. Like, you get to see He-Man just fighting with Skeletor. That's it. No preachiness, no nothing. It's like explosions everywhere, and he's taking the power sword, and he's got the power, and it's like he's fighting Skeletor, and I looked at it, and it's good, okay? I can't show you the trailer here because of copyright. Look it up. Just look it up, like the first trailer on Netflix with He-Man, alright? And then the fan disservice comes in. Like, people find out that in the toys, Skeletor has the sword of power. And the problem with that is that, like, there's a leaked script which shows that they're going to get rid of He-Man within the first episodes, and they're going to do this beta switch where they're going to replace it with He-Man's girlfriend, and she's going to carry the show. And this is like fan disservice 101. Like, imagine if you reboot Xena, as I said in a previous video, and you put Iolaus instead. You kill Xena off in the first episodes and you put Iolaus instead. Or you do the same with Buffy. Or you make Charlie's Angels and you get rid of the girls and you replace them with some guys. Like, why would you do that? That is major fan disservice. If you reboot an IP, if you reboot a franchise, people want to see that. If you reboot Star Wars, people want to see Luke Skywalker doing heroic stuff. They don't want to see him just be like this vindictive old man, this salty old man, which is the cornerstone of fan disservice. Honestly, like, America is just pushing fan disservice in the world right now. So, why am I making this video? Well, another trailer came out, alright? And I'm looking at what they're doing. It's like, first of all, the story. Like, the story isn't that bad, but it would be a story that they could do in Season 2, or it's a story that they could do in Season 3. Why not just give the fans one season of He-Man? Why is that so difficult? Just give them one season of He-Man, and then you can do your woke nonsense. Apparently, like, the Sword of Power gets split into 2 Swords of Powers now, and, like, He-Man's girlfriend gets one, and he gets one. I mean, I predict, okay, like, you can probably do this in a good way, if it's respectful, and they're like anime characters, and they just help each other out, and there's maybe some banter between them, but, like, it's nothing mean-spirited, it's not. But what I predict is that she is going to look better than He-Man in every scene. Like, she is going to outshine He-Man in almost every scene. He-Man is going to be made to look incompetent so that she can look better. They're not going to make her look more interesting. They're not going to make her look better. They're going to make He-Man look worse. Because that's how these progressives write characters, right? In order to make a character that's intelligent, in order to make a character that's great, well, you need to be able to do that. Okay? You can't roleplay an intelligent wizard if you're not intelligent, basically. So they can't do that, but what they can do is that they make everyone dumb so that the wizard, who still acts normal, looks intelligent by comparison. But What's even worse, like what's even like what tells me that this is going to be woke garbage is the redesign of Teela, which doesn't really make sense, like why they redesigned her. I mean, the previous one was great. Okay, like the previous one made her look very feminine, made her look very cute, adorable. You know, like it's something that is pleasant to behold. And the new one is woke garbage. I mean, first of all, it's the haircut. And by the way, like I see this constantly. Every single time I see a cartoon made from the United States, it's literally the same haircut. Like they talk about diversity and they talk about like breaking all the barriers and breaking the glass window, and everyone has the same fucking haircut. Like really, is it like North Korea where you have to sport the Kim Jong-un haircut? I generally don't understand it. Did you not notice it? Is it just me? Is it just me that notices? It's like when I go out clubbing, I don't see girls having that haircut. Now, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm pretty sure there are a dime a dozen in California. But like they don't exist outside of the United States. Like here in Romania, no one has this haircut. No one that I know. If they don't have short hair, then they have long hair with this haircut, this hairstyle. Like it just bothers me because it's like so boring. Like I've seen it time and time again. Look at anime and see how original they are when they come to doing hairstyle for women. Like they come up with all these bizarre and interesting hairstyle. And by the way, like the previous design of the character also had that interesting hairstyle. I'm just nitpicking here. I know I'm nitpicking, but it's like, why? And then it's like the muscle mass. Like, this is the worst thing. This is not nitpicking anymore. It's the muscle. Look at her. She's like a fucking monster. Like, she just got taken by the director of the show, and her head was pushed in the testosterone bucket. And she was like, you know, like, they took her by the head and like, in the testosterone. Look at this shit. Women don't build muscle like this. I go to the gym, I see how women build muscles. And not to mention, it's like, why? Why would you do this? What's the purpose? Why do they have to look like the Hulk? And not to mention, like, I would have been fine with the redesign of He-Man. I'm just putting it out there. Like, I would have been fine with the redesign of He-Man instead of seeing this abomination. Like, why is that the only way they know how to make women strong is to make them masculine? What is, like, with this obsession with pumping testosterone into women? Why? Why do you do this? What was wrong with the previous design? Like, I am willing to bet, okay? Like, well, V, you don't understand. Okay, put it up to a poll. Put it up to a survey. The people who actually watch, okay? Like, if you actually watch, I think Netflix can actually do it. If you actually watch the cartoon, like, during the middle, ask, do you like this redesign compared to the previous one? What do you think the answer to that poll is going to be? And if you're going to say, well, yeah, but people are sexist or they don't know better, okay, so you're doing fan disservice on purpose. Like, you know what the fans want and you're just spiting them. You're like, this is what people want to see. I'm going to give them the exact opposite, goddammit, because this is the right thing to do. It is the ideology of the elitist. The elitist knows better, even than the customer. Even than the customer who actually has to pay money for the product. The elitist knows better. Like, the customer is not educated. Let me show him how a real woman should look like, goddammit. And the problem is, like, I don't see women like this on the street. Do you understand this? Like, when I go out, I don't see... I'm not lying. Not a single woman in my entire life looked like this. Not a single... I have seen women that look like the previous one, by the way, when I was in high school. Not the hairstyle, but, like, the facial feature and the body shape. Yeah, like, the previous design. Yeah, that was, like, more relatable. That's more like what I would expect to see in real life if I go clubbing than whatever this is. But, you know, this is my opinion. I have to say it so that people don't freak out. It's like, yeah. If I were to say that I love this design and it's the best design ever and no other female in comic books or movies can stand up to this, like, this is, like, feminine perfection, no one would have complained that it's just like, oh, V, that's just your take. That's subjective. No, like, everyone would be like, yeah, V is a very progressive individual. But if you complain about it, you get people coming out of the woodwork and they're like, oh, no, you don't understand. This is, like, just so beautiful. You just don't get it. You just do it. Okay, you know, whatever. My opinion, fan disservice. Previous design was better. You shouldn't kill off He-Man. You shouldn't get rid of him in the first episodes. You shouldn't... And I'm calling it before it happens, okay? But it will happen. Like, he's going to look incompetent compared to her. In every scene he's going to turn into Bart Simpson that picks up the power sword. You're going to see. If I'm wrong, I'll make an apology. I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong, but I don't think so. I think this lady and the LGBTQ team is going to save the day. They're going to save the planet because it's made by a progressive and it's going to be a progressive show. They can't just do something for entertainment. They can't just do something where it's He-Man fighting Skeletor. They have to do the cliches. They have to insert the talking points. They have to check the boxes, and that's what you're going to get. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section.